Hello and welcome to Legends of. I'm your host Austin, and today we will be doing something a little bit completely different than what we normally do. You see, unless you've been living under a rock, you know that generative AI has been all of the rage recently. People think that it is going to replace many jobs, including content creators, movie makers, and script writers. Luckily for me, AI can't explore abandoned buildings. But one thing it can do is write stories. So I decided to have AI write 4 urban legends to share with you all today. We're going to read them, rank how good they are, and maybe even discuss them a bit. Now, our first legend is the Licking River Lizard. There's a local legend in Pataskala, Ohio, about a cryptid known as the Licking River Lizard. It is said to be a massive reptilian creature that inhabits the Licking River and the surrounding woods. The creature is described as being as long as a school bus, with green scales and glowing red eyes. Some say it has a long tail that it uses to drag its victims into the water, while others believe it has a forked tongue that can spit venom. The legend of the Licking River dates back to the early days of the town. In 1812, a group of settlers were crossing the Licking River when they were attacked by a mysterious creature. The creature was described as being as large as a crocodile, with green scales and glowing red eyes. It dragged several of the settlers into the river, and they were never seen again. Over the years, there have been many other sightings of the Licking River Lizard. It is said to roam the banks of the river at night, hunting for prey. Some people say they have seen it swimming in the river, while others believe it lies in a cave system beneath the riverbed. One of the most famous sightings of the Licking River Lizard occurred in 1967. A group of teenagers were camping along the Licking River when they heard a loud roar. They looked up and saw a massive reptilian creature standing on the other side of the river. The creature had green scales and glowing red eyes. The teenagers were terrified and ran away as fast as they could. The Licking River is a popular subject of local folklore and ghost stories. There are many different versions of the legend, but all of them agree that the creature is a dangerous and fearsome beast. If you ever find yourself in Pataskala, Ohio, be careful when you go near the Licking River. The Licking River Lizard may be lurking in the water, waiting for its next victim. Now, honestly, I'm going to give that a solid 6 out of 10. It is a decent premise, but in the end, it does sound like they were just describing a crocodile that has glowing red eyes. Now, obviously, you would not find a crocodile in Pataskala, Ohio, but that's pretty much what they describe for most of it. I would also say that you can tell that an AI wrote this because of all the buzzwords it puts in and all the repetitive words that would be good for search engine optimization. But overall, I have to say that if this were edited, it could probably be a lot better. There's lots of small things, that don't make sense, like camping along the Licking River or caves underneath the Licking River. But unless you were from this area, you probably wouldn't know that. Now, the next legend is the legend of the church demon. Deep beneath the abandoned church, in the labyrinthine tunnels that wind beneath its foundation, dwells a demon. It is a creature of darkness and malice, said to be the embodiment of all that is wicked and depraved. The demon is said to be tall and gaunt, with skin as pale as the moonlight, and eyes that glow like embers. Its fangs are long and sharp, and its claws are like razors. It is said to be able to shapeshift into any form it chooses, but is most often seen as a twisted and grotesque humanoid creature. The demon has been said to inhabit the tunnels beneath the church for centuries. Some say it was once a priest who was corrupted by evil, while others believe it is a creature from another realm that was summoned to the church by dark magic. Whatever its origins, the demon is a fearsome creature that should be avoided at all costs. It is said to be incredibly powerful and intelligent, and it is said to take great pleasure in tormenting and torturing its victims. There have been many stories over the years of people who have ventured into the tunnels beneath the church and never been seen again. Some say they were attacked by the demon, while others believe they were driven mad by its malevolent presence. If you ever find yourself near the abandoned church, be warned, the demons may be lurking in the tunnels beneath it, waiting for its next victim. Now, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. It does sound like something that would be more out of, lore from a fantasy world than a real-life urban legend. Also, you can tell that the AI used for this, which I did use Google Bard, definitely has certain scripts that it sticks to. So, for example, the ending of this, where it says the demon may be lurking in the tunnels beneath it, waiting for its next victim, are almost the completely same as the Licking River lizard may be lurking in the water, waiting for its next victim. And really, there was a lot of details about what the creature could look like, but not really any urban legends of people who've encountered it, just people who went missing. Now, the next one is the Legend of Hidden Knowledge. In the heart of Athens, Ohio, beneath the hallowed grounds of Ohio University, lies a forgotten realm known only to a select few, a labyrinth of abandoned offices, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in the whispers of generation past. Legend has it that these subterranean chambers were constructed in the early days of the university, their purpose veiled in secrecy. Some say they were once the domain of clandestine societies, where scholars delved into forbidden knowledge and sought to unlock the secrets of the cosmos. As time marched on, the offices fell into disuse. Their occupants long vanished, leaving behind an eerie stillness, broken only by the occasional echo of distant footsteps. The walls, lined with forgotten tomes and aged parchments, bore witness to the passage of decades, the air thick with the scent of forgotten dreams and faded ambitions. Those who dare venture into the subterranean realm tell of strange occurrences, a whispering wind that seems to carry the voices of long-departed scholars, and shadows that dance in the flickering light of a single ancient lantern. Some claim to have glimpsed spectral figures, clad in the robes of academia, who move with purpose through dimly lit corridors. Yet, despite its haunting reputation, the abandoned offices beneath Ohio University continue to draw intrepid explorers and seekers of hidden knowledge. Some seek to unravel the secrets of the past, while others are drawn by the allure of the supernatural. And so the legend endures, weaving itself into the tapestry of Ohio University's rich history, a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the allure of the unknown. Now, this one is a bit harder for me to rate. I think I'm going to give it a 6. It is definitely not what I was envisioning when I wrote the prompt that it based it off of. And it definitely does have more of that fantasy feel to it. However, it is pretty coolly written, written well, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And there is a lot of imagery in it that it provokes. So I think I am going to give it a 6 out of 10. Again, it's AI. It's not as good as something a real human could write. But it's pretty decent. I could see this being like the jumping off point for someone, for a actual creative person who sees this, has AI generate something based off a prop and then actually makes it into something amazing on their own. Now, our final legend will probably be the one we end up talking about the most because it is titled The Legend of the Ridges. On the outskirts of Athens, Ohio, stands a magnificent complex of buildings known as the Ridges. The Ridges was once a psychiatric hospital, but it is now part of Ohio University. However, the Ridges is rumored to be haunted by the spirits of its former patients. One of the most famous legends of the Ridges is the story of the girl in white. It is said that the girl in white is the ghost of a young woman who was committed to the Ridges in the early 1900s. She was suffering from a mysterious illness, and the doctors at the Ridges were unable to cure her. The girl in white was said to be a kind and gentle soul. She was often seen wandering the grounds of the Ridges, dressed in a white gown. She would often talk to the other patients, and she would try to comfort them. One day, the girl in white disappeared. No one knows what happened to her, but some say that she was murdered by one of the doctors at the Ridges. Others say she simply vanished into thin air. The girl in white is said to still haunt the Ridges today. She is said to appear people who are lost or alone, and she is said to guide them to safety. However, some say that the girl in white is not as benevolent as she seems. They say she is trying to lure people into the Ridges, where she will trap them forever. Now, this is just the first half of the legend. There is a second half. Honestly, I'm going to give that a 7 out of 10 because it uses a lot of urban legend tropes. The girl in white obviously is a big trope. If you look at our legends that we've covered in the past, it comes up quite a lot. Her being kind and guiding people to safety is something that happens in a lot of legends. And it is pretty well written. And honestly, the fact that it's not a legend that already exists. They didn't take something that already existed and, just reframed it. The fact that they generated this whole new one that, yes, uses a lot of stereotypes, a lot of tropes, but it's still really good. Now, like I said, there is a part 2. And this was all in the same generation. So let's go ahead and take a look at part 2, which is much shorter. Another legend of the Ridges is the story of the blood stain. It is said that there is a blood stain on the floor of one of the buildings of the Ridges. The stain is said to be the blood of a patient who was lobotomized by one of the doctors at the Ridges. The blood stain is said to be impossible to remove. No matter how many times the floor is scrubbed, the stain always reappears. It is said that this blood stain is a reminder of the dark history of the Ridges and the horrors that were committed there. Now, this little second half, I'm going to give a 2 out of 10 because this was the AI very obviously taking the story, the true tragic story of Margaret Schilling and the stain left behind by her body, and turning it into something completely different. Instead of it being, the outline of her body left behind, it is now a blood stain, and she was lobotomized, which she was not lobotomized in real life, or at least that we know of. So yeah, I really can't rate that one high, because it looks like they took, the legend based off a very true event that already existed, and then just decided to make their own dark spin on it. But yes, this is what happens when you have AI write urban legends. Some of these weren't the worst, but they all have those little hallmarks in them that tell you that they weren't written by humans. Now, thankfully, humans have been coming up with urban legends for thousands of years, so we don't need to rely on AI to make them. And I just wanted to do this as a fun one-time experiment, and I have to say, Us humans are way better urban legends. Anyway, that is all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. And hey, while you're here, maybe check out some actual legends made by real human people, because they are much more interesting. Anyway, I will see you guys next time with a brand new video.